If you're not going to off-road your GS, don't buy a GS, buy this.
Vibrate?
What? No, I hope not. Right. Sync up, sync up, sync up. Good morning. Oh, listen to that. So this is for the long-awaited ride on the BMW R1250 RS. I've waited so long for this. The last one that I tried to take out, this was before the upgrade. The last one, it just didn't want to do anything. So the engine light came on and had to take it back. This is the first ride out for me on the well, I say the first, it's the second ride out on the BMW R1250 RS. But hopefully it's the first one where I don't have to return it within 10 minutes. So it's a bike that I already feel really quite familiar with, and that's because it's the sports touring version of the GS, basically. The first thing that I notice is the quick shifter is absolutely, it's like butter compared to the one on the GS. So it's very similar to the GS in that it's the same engine. This is the updated version, and the updates are nothing mechanical. They're all electronic updates. So it's still got the same 136 brake horse. I'll put the numbers up on the screen because I can't quite remember them now. I think it's 105 or 106 Newton meters of torque. There's a couple of well, there's a few other things as well that have gone off with it. So it's got LED indicators which are new. It's also got ABS Pro fitted to it, and this cornering system as well, so anti-lock cornering system for the brakes. A few other things that are going off. USB socket, which is just down there, which is, I think that's a 5 amp USB socket, so you can fast charge mobile phones, that sort of thing. You feel very much at home on it straight away. It's really comfortable. The screen is just a 2-position screen, so it's there or there, but it does feel really easy straight from the off. And like I say, very familiar, because the feel of the engine, the way it puts out power, it's all very similar to my GS. So my first disclaimer during this video is that I have a secret hankering for one of these bikes, which is the whole reason why I wanted to test ride the last one. And had I test ridden the last one, I'm not sure I would own a GS now, to be honest. And I did say to Wayne when I picked this one up this morning, this could see, no it won't see a change in the bike that's in my garage at the moment, because I really just cannot afford to change it. But already am I thinking that I made a mistake? Well, obviously I'm not going to do any off-roading on this, but would I really miss it? For the amount that I do, would I really miss the off-road? Oh dear. That is a question, isn't it? I wouldn't miss the off-roading. I'm pretty certain I wouldn't miss the off-roading because I really don't do that much of it. I'm hoping to do more of it this year, but would I miss it if I went for a pure sports tourer like this? The only thing that would prevent me from buying one of these over my GS at the moment is finance, because I just cannot afford one. I think this screen is a little bit, so the wind's hitting me there. Could do with a little deflector on the top there. It feels like really quite a long bike from front to rear. I don't know whether that's just me or whether it's because it's a bit of a reach to the bars. It's not, there's no pressure on my hands, don't get me wrong. I can see how it wouldn't suit some people. Anybody who's ridden one or anybody who owns one, you know that this 1250 Boxer engine is just such a beautiful tractable engine. I think the engine map on this bike is slightly different for, you know, the sports touring. Oh, I think I'm going to have a lot of fun on this bike today. A lot of fun on this machine today. It feels fabulous. In the corners it just feels absolutely planted. So easy to find the stand. It's in exactly the same position as the GS stand. Look at that. This is a triple black version. It's got that lovely little scoop down the bottom there. There are extras on this bike. Let's get that straight right from the off. There are extras. Is that a Kropovich exhaust? I'm not sure whether it comes already equipped with the touring kit, so the rear rack and the pannier hangers. I'm pretty certain it won't do, and they will be extras. So easy to touch the floor on this. I mean, this is just standard seat. It's not got a low seat on it. With the low seat, even real proper short asses are going to be able to manage this bike. So I'm 5'8", 31-inch leg. Oh, the way it pulls out of the bends, it's so smooth. I mean, we are only in road mode at the moment. So I'm not as confident on it yet as I am on my own bike, but boy, That confidence is not far away. Oh, that's the other thing that I meant to tell you. It's got an eco mode on it. So if you are a friend of Greta and you want to save the planet, you can also watch how much fuel you're using. So there you go, you've got a little green bar there. I don't know whether you can see that, but you've got a green bar there that tells you how much fuel you are getting through. So you can, if you're nice and gentle on the throttle, keep that green bar towards the right. If you're not very gentle, the light goes out. I don't think that green light's going to be on that much today, to be honest. Sorry, Greta. Let's get out of the muesli mode and get it back into dynamic. If you're not interested in doing off-road, but you like the GS, take this out. You don't need the GS. Don't get me wrong, the GS is fantastic. As you know, I own one. But this, oh boy, I'll swap someone my GS for one of these. Absolute joy, pure joy. Yes, well, I love this. I absolutely love this. So there's one or two things instantly that are, to me, it's mostly cosmetic. I mean, the mirrors, I'm not mad keen on the mirrors. I mean, they're great mirrors. I can see perfectly behind me. They just look a bit rabbit ears. Do you get me? And they're auto indicators. Yes, they are. Excellent. Yeah, the mirrors are a little bit sort of, I don't know, they're like ears, aren't they? Antennae, that's the word. Not ears. I mean, they're okay, but I think they could have been modelled a little bit differently. The thing is, if you take those off, you're going to have two massive lumps on your fairing. You know, I think bar end mirrors would be far nicer for this. I think bar ends would suit the bike better, in my opinion. That is. The screen also, so 2-position screen, that's down and that's up. It's easy to do when you're on the go. If it's down, then it's virtually, you know, it is a bit of a wind deflector straight into your face. It does keep the wind off your chest. I can feel it on my upper arms here at this low speed. So Wayne did tell me you need to get it onto the twisties and have some fun on the twisties, because this is where this bike really comes alive. The power is all in the mid-range. It delivers it really quite low down. I think 7,000 and something RPM for maximum BHP, and it's 6,000 and something for maximum torque. So BHP being 136 and torque being, I think, 105, as I've said earlier. Oh boy! Oh yeah, oh God, I'm loving this. The brakes are excellent. The brakes are excellent. They're not, you know, they don't catapult you over the top as soon as you yank them on. It's nice and progressive, it's smooth. The rear brake pedal is excellent as well, ABS kicking in there. You can just feel it pulsing away. But the front brake is, oof, Jesus, yeah. Strong, it's very strong when you want it. So it does have this the safety system as well, this safety braking system fitted. I'll put the actual name of that up rather than me babbling on and flapping my lips trying to explain it to you. But it's basically designed so you can slam your brakes on at speed and it will bring you safely to a stop in a very short period of time, because it cuts throttle response in case your hand is stuck on the throttle when you've jammed your brakes on. It cuts the throttle response and it cuts the torque, and it's designed to bring you to a stop nice and safely. So the quick shifter, I mean, it is with this Boxer engine, you know, it's not easy to make smooth, you know, it's not an inline 4 where they work perfectly. It is this Boxer engine, and trying to get the quick shifter to work smoothly on one of these is, well, it can't be an easy thing to do, but it's definitely smoother than the GS. You definitely need your earplugs in, because the wind noise is quite loud actually, because the screen just, it's not doing that much. The screen on my GS is so much better. I'm sure there will be aftermarket screens. It's not bad for keeping the wind off your body, off your arms and your shoulder. Well, I can feel it just at the top of my shoulders. I mean, it's not too bad for that, but what it is doing, it's just pumping the air straight up and into the helmet, really. So the noise is it's quite loud. The seat is fairly firm. The seating position is, for me, I think it's absolutely perfect. I did have a conversation while I was in Pidcocks with someone saying that someone had been out and test ridden this bike and they didn't like the bars. They said that they wouldn't be able to live with the bars. I mean, there is that option of having the bars from the R version fitted, the straight bars. These feel really quite sporty, and they do pull you into a sporty position, but even though I'm, you know, like I said, I'm 5'8", I do feel really quite upright. It's not a really tucked sporty position. That exhaust makes it sound really nice. So the standard exhaust is a huge silencer. It's a huge silver silencer. I mean, it's not for me, basically. I like this Akrapovic one. I'll put you the price of this one on the screen. I'm going to think it's going to be around 600 quid. At a guess. So the seat is fairly firm, but it's not rock hard firm, and I'm pretty certain it's that level of firmness that is going to be pretty much all day comfortable. And because you're tilted forward as well, you're not sitting right up with all of your weight on your bum. So legs are comfortable, very, very similar to my GS, because my GS is a low version and I have the seat in the low as well. So leg position more or less the same. There's no real pressure on my hands, even though I am canted forward a little bit. Could I see me touring on this? Yeah, definitely I could. Yeah, definitely. I'd love to be able to take one of these away for my little magical mystery tour up to where I'm going on that. That would be great, just to, you know, really get to know a bike, get under the skin of it, get to learn what it's all about. Come on, shift over, you lot. Oh, that's cool. Just awesome. It is so easy to ride as well, that you look down at the speedo and you just think, oops. It's easy to manage. And believe me, if you are short and you're worried about managing the weight of a GS, and you know, the weight of this I think is about the same as the GS anyway, but it's very, very easy to manage. It's heavy. The weight is all down low, the same as on the GS, but this is easier to manage. It's lower for a start, I can touch the floor easier on this. It feels easier to manage weight wise. You know, when I come to a stop on this, it just, everything about it just feels easier than the GS. And it's, as I said, if you are worried about, you know, if you love the GS or, you know, the BMW range, but you don't want a bike that you know, you put off basically because it's too heavy, you think, on paper. It's too heavy. This is perfect. This is perfect. I love it. Oh God, I don't know how many times I'm going to say that today. I had a you know, an idea that I was going to really like this, because I love this engine, this boxer engine. You know, old wonky cylinders. I have criticised it in the past, and I mean, it's still wonky. It's still bloody wonky, but wow, what a fabulous engine. It really is a nice engine. I love the sound of it. I love the tractability of the engine, the torque, the power. It's very characterful. I know everybody, you know, talks about those things, you know, oh, it's characterful. Yeah, I know, it's characterful. The suspension's plush, da-de-da. It is a characterful engine. It is, and out of all the two-cylinder engines that I've ridden, this is by far my favourite. How the hell do I explain this to Mrs. Mogul? This is a woman though. It took her 4 months to notice that the Africa Twin had changed into a BMW GS, simply because it was the same colour. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Get yourself a juice box. If you're not going to off-road your GS, don't buy a GS. Buy this. If I rode them back to back, the GS and this, and I was looking to buy either bike, you know, I was open to either bike, I would definitely be challenging my my desire, if you like, to want to go and do off-road. I'm crap at off-road. And therefore I definitely wouldn't miss it. Definitely wouldn't miss it. Oh, Jesus, that's it's forgiving. I got in there a little bit hot and the road surface was just atrocious. Super forgiving. Thank you. Thank you. Jesus Christ. You do find yourself going a little bit fierce. A little bit fierce into some of these corners and trying to lose quite a lot of speed. Having far too much fun. This is the most amount of fun I've had since the Trident. That Trident was something else. It was so much fun. This, in a litre plus bike, is the most fun I've had for, yeah, since the Trident. Some blue lights going on there. You think it'd be super uncool to overtake the fuzz while they're undertaking business? Oh, no need. No need. They're going up that direction. I wonder if they're looking for me. Really easy at low speeds. I mean, you know, you don't need to keep dabbing your feet down. It's very, very well balanced. All that weight is very low, including the fuel tank. So, you know, you don't feel like you're ever going to topple over. If that is one of your fears, you know, if you're not the tallest, if that's one of your fears, don't worry about it. There is also a low seat. I mean, I can flat foot this bike. But there is also a low seat. Road mode around town is just absolutely perfect. I suppose if anything, just being in this sort of slightly canted over position, it gets your neck a bit after a bit. I never thought about that. Would that be a game changer? I don't know, to be honest. I'm sure it's something that you would just get used to. So even on all these bumps and stuff around town, the suspension is just absolutely soaking it up. Bike is super maneuverable, super comfortable, super easy. Super duper. So it doesn't have telelever suspension on the front. There is a little bit of fork dive, but it's really not that much. Yeah, hill hold as well, so just whack that brake on, give it a squeeze, and you get the little green light there. That's perfect. Love that hill hold. All of those little things just to, you know, inspire confidence in you when you're handling the bike at low speed and around town, and, you know, just those awkward little situations where, you know, you don't want to be trying to hold the machine on the clutch, especially if you are, you know, not the tallest persons or not the most confident of riders. I actually love this bike, and it's a lot better looking than the GS. There, I've said it. That's this week's bombshell, folks. It's a lot better looking than the GS. It is. It just looks sleeker. It looks nicer. I think GS, you know, it takes a, you've got to squint a bit, haven't you, to make them look attractive. They're not a super attractive bike by any stretch of the imagination. This one is. This one just is. It's the MILF of sports tourers, I think. Oh, that was the other thing as well. You can also, you know, on your options sheet when you're buying this bike, you can also go for heated seats. Yeah, heated seat. So if you're on like a cold tour somewhere, so the rider's seat has five different temperature settings, and the pillion seat has 2. The heated grips, grip heating, there we go. I'm not going to go into that because I can't be bothered, but and it's warm enough anyway. So the heated grips also has now 5 settings rather than the standard 2, which is cook or ultra cook on the GS, and they really do get hot as well. They're some of the most efficient grips that I've used. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Oh, sounded a bit gnarly, didn't it? Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video on the new 2023 BMW 1250 RS SE. That was it, SE. If you have enjoyed the video, please give me a like and a subscribe, and yeah, comments in the comment box below, liking and subscribing, and also give it a share. If there's anybody that you know that you know, they're hell-bent on getting a GS, and you know for a fact that that person is not going to be taking it off-road because they're just not that kind of person, then share the video with them. Doing things like that really helps me because it perks the algorithm up, kicks it into life, and it makes YouTube take notice of the channel. For me, I'd be extremely grateful if you'd do that. But yeah, thanks for coming along with me. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't know what that's going to be. That might be a Triumph. That might be a big powerful Triumph. I've been Jack Porter. This has been the Moto Mogul channel. I'll see you on the next video, guys. Bye for now.